Come on now, Lord. Let this live go. I know, Dominique. Every time I come in this area, that's why I don't like driving to this city. It's always something. And I can't go, thank you, I can't go and be ghetto, ask somebody to use their Wi-Fi. Look, be all ghetto, have no decorum. Hey, can I get your Wi-Fi password, please? Knock on somebody's door. For real. That's just ghetto, Monique. Don't do that. Oh, listen. Somebody asked me what my name was, and I realized I just be coming talking to you all, and I don't really say my name a lot, but my name is Monique, right? Coach Monique. You know, I'm a life coach, so you can call me Coach Monique or Monique, right? But I come and I just be talking to y'all as if y'all know my name, like I've been knowing you guys for 20 years. But you know what? Let me tell you something. I do that in real life. That's nothing new. I do that in real life. I be talking to people, and I got out of the habit one time. Then I caught myself, and then I started back doing it. But I'll be talking to people as if I knew them all my life, and do not ask the people their name. They don't be knowing my name. I don't be knowing their name. I be like, hey, how you doing, honey? Because where I'm from, that's just how we are. We talk to people, we're friendly. And I just be talking to people. And ask me what the people's names are. I don't be knowing them people's names sometimes. And I be like, Lord, forgive me. I just be talking about stuff that you will talk to people you know about. Just be talking. That's why I'm like, Lord, you're going to have to help me with this. Okay, don't remember. No, I used to be good at names, Dominique, but I just be talking to people and don't be knowing their name. Like, what is that lady's name? I don't know her name. But my name is Monique, by the way. Monique. Calls me Mo. Some people call me Mo. Some people call me Momo. My sister called me Momo. Yes, that's my name. But listen, I got this message for you all. I'm not going to say my infamous part that I always say, because I'll be here forever. Right? Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. See, I'm repping got my little merch shop. I'm trying to be present in my business. I'm trying to get everything situated with my coaching business. Thank you. I just ordered me a red blouse. I love pretty tops. So I ordered me a red blouse from Shein, and I don't have any red. This is the only red I have. And I have like a burgundy sweater, but I don't have red. So I ordered me some a red top from Shein. And it's cute too. It came today. It's so cute. Shein, my store. As far as pretty tops, Shein and New York and Company. That's my store there. I love New York and Company. Yes, I do. I'm gonna lock this door because I don't pull it around the corner. I don't want nobody just come sit in my car. Look, I can't be fighting strangers, But anyways, I wanted to come talk to you all about rock bottom. There's only certain things hitting rock bottom can teach you. You got to, thank you, Dominique, dear, for the $9.99 super chat or sticker. I don't know which one it is. I have to get used to that. But let me tell you something about rock bottom. And I want to come talk to the chosen ones, because you're going to attest to what I'm about to say. I know I'm not the only one. This I know for a fact. Somebody's going to tell me I saw that too. Rock bottom will expose people. Have you ever been going through something, right? Have you ever been going through something and you were just bad on your luck? You were just going through something in your relationship, your marriage, with your children. You just going through a hard time, and you just thought certain people, yes, Anik, you thought certain people was going to be there for you. And God had to expose people to show you who was going to be there for you. And see, with the chosen ones, this is what God will do. That's why this is how I know you're chosen. This is how a lot of you, this is how you can tell you're chosen, right? My hair coming loose. But let me tell you, Anik, let me tell you. When you're going through your hard times, when you're going through whatever it is you're going through, and you know those people around you, they seem like they be happy that you're going through stuff. They seem like, I hope my, tell me if my Wi-Fi good, because I pulled around to this drugstore. So hopefully it's better reception on this side. Hi, Michelle. Let me tell you. Let me keep my train of thought, because you know, y'all, I be all over the place. But people, what they'll do is they'll see you going through something. And when it comes to the chosen ones, they like it. They like when you're experiencing, they like to see you in pain. People like to see you going through stuff. But they got to remember, we're the chosen ones. We don't go through stuff in vain. We go through things for a reason. We go through things for training. That's why people be getting mad at y'all, because what they thought was going to keep you down only propelled you even further. You're going to go further. What took you down in the last season, you're going to get 10 steps ahead in this season. So people get mad at you all because, I'm going to say you all, us, because we don't stay down long. And what I want to say about rock bottom, God will intentionally drop you down to hit rock bottom to expose the people in your circle. Say it ain't so. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Hey, Shakila, dear. Put a 1 in the chat. Have you ever experienced that? God will take you at your lowest moment. He'll take you so low. People looking at you, and my favorite word is, like you got 5 heads. I say that a lot. Y'all should know that. People looking at you like you got 5 heads, trying to wonder what it is that you did. What curse have come upon thee? What is thou curse has come upon thee? What have you did? What did she do? She done did something. It's karma coming back on her. That's what they saying about you all, but that's not karma. That's God using that situation to expose people, to let you see who's for you, who's with you, and let you see who's against you. Oh, I went through that in my season. When God exposed the people, I had to trust and believe what I saw. What God showed me about people, I had to trust and believe that. I had to trust and believe when God exposed certain people to me. You know, you think these people on your side, you think they're going to come to you. You think they're going to understand you. You think they're going to not believe the lies. Oh, no. No, ma'am. As they say down here, no, ma'am. They're going to believe that. And you know what? And he has to take you through that process so he can expose people. So when you do cross over to the promised land, you know who you can cross over there with. See, these same people who forgot that they dropped you, well, they kicked you down 6 more times when you were on rock bottom. They kicked you down 6 more times. They forgot that they kicked you. So now when you're heading into your promised land, they think they're going to just slide on in that thing. They ain't going to slide up in there, because you're going to remember. You're going to remember. This is why the lie of forgive and forget, that's not for us. You're supposed to forgive, but you're not supposed to forget. You can't forget. I don't care what people say. God has that job. That's God's job, to forget. Your job is to forgive, but you don't forget what nobody did to you. How are you going to learn the lesson? This is the stupid stuff that people try to inflict on the chosen ones and get mad. Yes, and they get mad because we don't want to deal with them. And this is another thing they do. I was going to come do a live about that, but I can ease this right on in this little part. I'm going to ease it right on in here. Let me ease it right on in here. See, what people don't remember and what they forget is the chosen ones, we're very forgiving. We're good-hearted people, right? We're long-suffering, which means we're going to give you time and chance after chance after chance after chance to get it right, because we don't care who you are. But when it's time for us to stop dealing with you, we're going to stop dealing with you. And see what these people will do? They'll wait for years to pass by. They'll let 5 years pass by, 3 years, 2 years, a year. They think time is going to change how you feel about how they did you. Yes, you will forgive them. They think time is going to pass, and they think you forgot about how they lied on you. They think you forgot. You don't forgave them, but you cannot forget. You can't forget the pain that somebody put you through. You can't forget how somebody lied on you. You can't forget how they recruited people to turn against you. Oh no, they never apologize. They just want time to come around, Anik, and they want to come around and try to do nice things for you. Holidays come, they'll try to get you something, try to smooth things over. Chosen ones, we don't operate like that. Let's talk about this situation. Let's address what you did back in 1996. I don't care if it is 2003. What prompted you to do what you did to me in 1996? Let's go back to that. It's time to hold these people accountable. You can't let them just grace and ease back on it over in your life. Oh, you should have been forgot about that. And then they have the nerve to tell you when you're supposed to and how you're supposed to let go. Oh no, we're gonna hold you accountable. One thing about the chosen ones, we are truth tellers, and people don't like that. Some people call us judgmental. They call us judgmental because we're going to speak the truth. We're going to tell the truth and we're going to speak the truth. That's holding you accountable. That's not judgmental. That's holding you accountable. We got to stop this foolishness. Yes. Yes, Ernestine. Once you break the truth, one thing about the chosen one, we give you chance after chance. When I tell you, we're going to suffer long. We're going to spar with you for a while. Years, we do it for you. But when we let go, when I tell you, when the chosen ones let go, it's over. Ain't nothing to bring us back from that. I don't know why we're made that way. I don't know why we're designed that way. But we try to give people chances because we know how we are. We know how we are. We don't care if it's a child. We don't care if it's mama. We don't care if it's daddy. Once we give you chance, we've reconciled. We try to, let you know this is how this making me feel. I don't like when you do this. This is not right. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to give you a dissertation. We're going to make sure we cross all the T's, dot the I's. Cross the T's, dot the I's. We're going to make sure we do everything we can. Because once the chosen one, once we're done, we're done. And it's over. There's no coming back. There's no coming back from that. Yes. There's no coming back. But what I want to talk about is, the Lord has set folks up for the chosen ones. He'll expose and show you people's heart. He'll show you people's heart. He'll take you so low. He'll take you down so low until people think it's over for you. Some of y'all don't been like that. People thought it was over for you. People left some of y'all for dead. They sat back and they laughed because you was going through stuff with your children. They sat back and laughed because you was going through stuff in your marriage. They sat back and laughed because you was going through things on your job. They sat back and laughed at you because your family members were turning against you. They teaming up on you, laughing and gossiping about you, talking about, I knew this wasn't, I knew this, I knew that. You know how they go and be on that little gossip trail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna tell it. I'm gonna make the vision plain for you. I'm going to make the vision plain for you. They gossiped about y'all. Sitting there in the little group chats. They got a whole group chat talking about you. The group chat lit up talking about the chosen one. That thing lit. You go around people, you feel that energy. They looking at you like you're crazy. Looking at you like you got 5 heads. And see, This is another thing they don't like about the chosen one. Let me tell you, look, I'm getting hyped up. Listen, I want to shout. I want to get out my car right now and run in the rain, and I can't do it. Let me tell you something they don't like about the chosen ones. Let me tell you another thing they don't like about us, the chosen ones. The ones God graced us to go through hell. He graced us for that. Y'all better put a one in the chat. You know he graced us. And sometimes people don't like because they can see you going through hell and you don't look like what you've been through. Some of y'all, God is restoring your youth. God is preserving your youth. That's what he's doing. He's making you look better than you did before you went through that hell. Yes, he is. Some of y'all looking good. People be looking, you post your little pics and stuff, and look, I got to get used to the haircut. My head was just, I was short hair, right? So I got to get used to this hair. But I'm not going to get it this long next time. I'm going to stay with the 14-inch, 16. But listen, people, just because you step back and pull back, people think you over there dying off or something. They think you over there going through H-E double hockey stick. They think y'all going through hell over there. But what God doing for y'all chosen ones, he's restoring you. He's building you up on the inside. He's changing your inside. He's using the situation that you went through. He's using that situation to get you where you need to be. He's not worried about nobody else. He's doing the work in you, chosen ones. That's why you still can have that light. That's why you still got that light on you. That's why when you step out, people know some of your business. They know you're going through something and you're still looking good. You still got a light on you. Why? Because God doing the work in you. He's doing the work from the inside. He's dealing with your heart. He's dealing with your heart. He's not worried about how you look on the outside, because when the inside get right, the outside gonna shine. You're going to look good on the outside. Oh, yes, you are. You're going to look good on the outside. Yes. Oh, don't worry about it, Shakila. One thing about the Lord, when it comes to the chosen ones, he going to spin the block. That's what he going to do. Ain't that what they say? I be trying to keep up with the little hood the lingo, because, that's still my little roots and stuff. So I try to stay connected. Oh, he going to spin the block. Oh, he going to read. He going to showcase the chosen ones. Oh, yes, he is. He gonna pull you right back around, and he gonna do it in slow motion. He gonna take the chosen ones. He gonna raise y'all so high, and he gonna ease you up on that pedestal. He's going to ease you up on that pedestal. Yes, he is. I don't know if my daughter ready to go. Let me see. I see cars leaving. Oh no, car still there. He's going to ease y'all up on that pedestal. And by that time, okay, yes, by that time, see, he was already dealing with your heart. So you're not going to have that little nan boo boo spirit, that little spirit I talked about yesterday. You're not going to have that. See, he was dealing with your heart. So when he do raise you up, and when he take you, it's kind of like, in the hood, in the hood, when people got their little rims, on their car, and they want to drive slow, especially if they had them spinners. You remember the rims with the spinners on there? How people, how the guys used to ride down the street and they got their rims on their car? For you all don't know who didn't grow up in the hood. But anyway, they used to put these big rims on the car where I'm from. Sometimes they have spinners on the rims. And when people want to be seen in their cars, they'll ride slow. Or if they want their spinners to spin, they'll ride slow. So that's what God gonna do for y'all. He gonna raise y'all up on. He gonna raise y'all up on the pedestal slowly, so they can see. But you're not gonna have that little nan boo boo spirit. I told y'all, you're not gonna have that. You just gonna rise on up. Listen, you just gonna rise on up. You're gonna keep your head up and you're gonna keep it moving. You're gonna leave them right down there looking at you. You're not going to have that little nan boo boo spirit. You're not going to have that, oh, look at me. You're not going to have that, because God's been dealing with your heart. That's what I'm saying. He's been Yes, he's been dealing with you, so you don't have no point to prove. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody because you already know God to prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. So you need them enemies. You need them ones who turned their backs on you, who left you at rock bottom. You need them. You need them. You needed them. They was part of the plan. They were part of the plan. So when he raised you up, they'll be like, I knew her. That's not the same person. That's not the same person who was sleeping on my couch. That's not the same person who I had to give a ride to. Oh, that's not the same person who was calling me, asking me for $10. That person. Uh-huh. That person. That's not the same person. Oh, that's the same person. Yeah, slow motion. Yes. Shaquila, slow motion girl with the bass. God gonna put some bass on that pedestal too. Slow motion with some boom. Remember they say he got some boom in his car. Listen, slow motion with some boom. Okay. Yes. Anik, they'll come back saying, I knew this. I knew that. I knew she was going to make it. I knew she was going to come up out of that. No, you did. Because you helped me. You the one helped beat me down in there. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You was the one help beat me down. You the one talked about me. And sometimes when God unction y'all, sometimes y'all have to call them folks out. Don't do it nasty. But when y'all get that unction, because sometimes, we be tempting. We be tempting to call some people out. But sometimes when y'all get that urge, you have to say what you got to say. Don't hold back, because some people need to know that you saw them. You heard what they said about you. Some people need to know that. You don't have to do it nastily. You don't have to do it nasty in a nasty way. You don't have to do it in a nasty way. Just let them know, oh no, you wasn't there. You wasn't cheering for me. You were the main one talking about me. You wasn't happy for me. You was the main one wishing that I won't make it. Yes, that's what you have to tell them sometimes. Because sometimes people, they think you don't be knowing. Because you don't say nothing. Because you still treat them nice. You still do things for them. You still, go around them every now and then. They think you don't be knowing. No, I know. I know what you said. I know what you said. I know how you feel about me. I know all that. Yes, we are very graceful. Yes, that's why I say when we cut you off, that's it. Oh, we're not stupid by a long shot. See, our silence make people think we are. We got to tell the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Because we don't address everything, people think we're stupid. People think we're naive. Because we don't have that energy. We don't have that combative energy to be fighting everything. We pick our battles. We pick our battles. We don't sit and fight and tussle. We understand we can't be giving our energy to everybody. Oh yeah, Jacqueline, they do. We understand. We can't give our energy to everybody. We be knowing a lot of stuff. If a person don't tell us, the Lord be showing us in dreams. Listen, the Lord show me stuff in dreams. It be scary. It be scary. He be showing me the exact thing. And y'all have to embrace that as a chosen one. You have to embrace that power that God has given you. You have to be okay with that. Don't think you're crazy. Because God's showing you. God showed me a person. God showed me a person was a witch. Showed me a person was a witch. Showed me the person trying to put roots on me. Showed me everything. And I knew it. You hear me? I knew it. It was then when I started walking into my power. It was then when I said, you know what? I got something. I got to walk in that. I got to accept that what it is. Yes. Y'all got to protect your energy. Yes. You have to protect that. You have to believe it and protect it. That's why in this season, I don't go around everybody. I don't go around everybody. I'm selective of who I go around now in this season. I love being by myself. I'm very selective of who I go around, who I hang around, because I can feel my energy. I have to protect that. I have to protect it. In this season, now that I came into the knowledge, it's no for a lot of things. No explanation. It's just no. You're not going to understand me anyway, so my answer is no, period. There's no explanation. If I don't have to be there, I don't want to, I can't, I got to preserve my energy. It takes too much out of me when I be going around certain people. It takes too much out of me. And then you be picking up on people's energy, knowing they don't be liking you. They just pretending. That drains you when you around this fake, phony energy. It drains you when you're around people that don't slander you, that don't talk about you. It drains you. You can feel that. Y'all have to protect that and be okay. Be okay. It drains you. People be wanting that. People want you around so they can feel good about themselves. You carry a energy that is contagious, chosen ones. You not being somewhere is felt. Your presence is felt. When you're absent, you're present. You not being there is felt. When you're there, it's felt when you're there. Very draining. This is why God is calling us alone and in isolation, so we can stay prayed up. So we can stay prayed up. This is the time to get a relationship with God. That's why most of y'all are being isolated. He wants that relationship with you, not you and everybody else. When he called all the Moses and Ruth and who else? David, Joseph, when he called them by themselves. He want to do a work in you first. Do that work in you. That's what he want to do. Yes, they do get mad when you isolate yourself, but you can't worry about people because you got to deal with you. You got to know what's good for you. And that's why I say we got to get delivered. See, I had to get delivered from that too. That's why I could come talk so boldly and talk, and it sound like I know what I'm talking about, because I done been through some stuff. I started going through stuff early. I was in my teens going through things people in their 30s should be going through. I was a teenager, 14, 15, 16, dealing with stuff people in their 20s and 30s should be going through. Yes, I was. Yes, when I tell you there's nothing like peace, you'll be willing to cut off anybody. The little cat will be down there meowing, be like, meow, meow. You'll be ready to get rid of that cat if that cat is not bringing you peace. Listen, your dog could be barking too much. Listen, the poor little parrot over there just, which way did you go? Which way did you go? The little dog could be barking two barks too many. You ready to get rid of the dog. Listen, that dog ain't do nothing to you but bark two barks too many. And you don't put the dog out. You don't took the dog to the shelter. Because the dog, leave that dog alone. Don't be taking them. Don't get rid of that dog. Leave that dog alone. And just get yourself together. But that's how it is. When you finally get to that place of peace, anything that disturbs that peace, you ready to get rid of it. You don't care who it is. Exactly, Keisha. Look, Keosha. Listen, you'll get rid of anything. Listen, when it comes to your peace, I'm telling people don't understand. They don't understand. Look, they don't understand. When it comes to peace, you don't care who it is. Grandma over there on the oxygen tank. Grandma over there she got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You don't left grandma over there. I'm like, you know what? You ain't do that. You got to be there for grandma. Listen, grandma over there. Listen, grandma over there. 1 breath away from leaving this world, and you don't got aggravated with grandma, knowing she needs you. No, take care of grandma now. Take care of grandma. Take care of grandma. You got to deal with her. Pray, ask God to give you the strength. Don't get rid of grandma now. But when it comes to your peace, I was just being funny now. When it comes to your peace, guess what? Guess what? Yes, April, you have to do that, dear. Listen, and see, that's what we have to learn. We have to learn in this season. That's why God is waking a lot of you up. You have to learn in this season. It is okay to separate yourself from your family. Excuse me. It is okay, because you'll never get what it is you're looking for if you don't separate yourself. You can't pray and you can't get to know God how you want to get to know him, because you're so stuck in how your family know God. He's trying to pull you to know him in a different way, in a more powerful way. Because most of us was raised up in the church and knowing that wasn't doing nothing for us. So that's why he's trying to show you a more intimate way, a more powerful way. He wants to get the power in you. Not talk about it, because we'll talk about God, this, God, that, this, that, God, the Bible, I love God, this. He wants us to have fruit. And it starts from within first. It starts from within. It starts from within. Once we get that relationship, and a lot of people, y'all probably see it on the internet, on YouTube, they're talking about this awakening. Some people going too far left, some people going too far right, some people just going too far. But that whole awakening is for God, for people to get closer to God. Not to tap on, not to switch on over there in the dark world, getting into dark arts and angel numbers and tarot cards and all that. No, that awakening is for us to seek out God. That's what that is. He wants us to seek him. He wants us to get a relationship with him. Not a relationship with our church, not a relationship with our pastor, not a relationship with, whatever science and whatever stuff they got going on. He wants us to be one-on-one. That's what he wants. And the one-on-one is not going to, see this one-on-one he's doing? This one-on-one, and it got nothing to do with religion. Nothing to do with religion. A lot of people had their awakening during the 2020. I had mine during that time. A lot more people had it before then, but he want a relationship. Has nothing to do with religion. Exactly. Me too, Anik. Me too. It don't have nothing to do with what me and God got going on. That's what he wants. Yes, that's what he wants. And you're going to think you're crazy when you have that awakening. I'm like, what in the world wrong with me? Like, what's going on with me? And I knew enough. I was like, this is a God thing. I knew enough. I had enough God in me to know it was a God thing and not to go far left, right? Not to go too far right. I know enough to know that God is doing something. Child, you better rebuke that, Anique. Exactly. You got the power to rebuke him. He don't know. Listen, he don't know. That's why he's still asking. He don't know the truth. He's only regurgitating what he was taught. And that's another thing, chosen ones. Some of you all don't think that you don't know what you know because you don't have a title. You haven't been to theological school. Theologian. Don't think that you don't know because you haven't been taught this stuff. Some of this stuff, it was already in you. It's almost like that Jeremiah moment. That's why I say a prophet, prophets are not, you can't ordain nobody to be a prophet. You got to be born that. Like Jeremiah, like God told Jeremiah, I called you. He knew him before he was born. He made him a prophet before he was born. So don't think, chosen ones, because, and I'm not saying you're a prophet. I'm not saying you a prophet. I'm not saying I'm one. Some people call me that, but I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, don't think you don't have enough knowledge. Don't think that God is not talking to you because you don't have a title. That's where you guys are falling short. You don't give yourself enough credit. You don't need credit. You don't need no darn degree to know that demons are real. I know I didn't. I was seeing demons since I was a child. I was seeing spirits since I was a child. You hear me? I watched my mom battle demons, and I knew something bigger and spiritual was there. Something bigger was in dealing with my mom. The school I went to was called the school of watching my mother fight demons. The school I went to was watching my mother go in and out of trances with these spirits. That's the school I went to. The school I went to is dealing with my own demons, knowing something wasn't right. Something was, chasing me. Something was trying to run me down. That's the school I went to. And God had to show me what I was dealing with. He showed me what I was dealing with was generational. He showed me the doors that were open that I dealt with. He showed me the things that I spoke out of my own mouth that's manifesting in my life. He showed me that. Ain't no preacher showed me that. Nobody ain't showed me that. Thank you, Shantae. Nobody showed me that. He showed me this. I didn't go get no degree. My degree was in experience. That's what my degree was in. Experience. And I'm not saying a degree won't help. I'm not bashing anybody that got them. But what I'm saying is, as a chosen one, don't discount yourself. Don't discount your knowledge. It surely won't, Shakila. Don't discount what you know. And that's what this world has done to us. This world made us think if we don't have a piece of paper that cost us thousands in debt, we're nobody. That's a contradiction in itself. You going to school to get a degree that's going to cause you to, that costing you to get in debt. And God said we're not supposed to be in debt. We say that Our Father prayer, what we call the Our Father prayer. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and we still go out there and get in debt. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. But see, when we've been taught a certain way and everybody's doing it, You're going to look like the crazy one when you go against that. That's why your family call you crazy. That's why you the crazy one in your family, because everybody else smoking, getting high. You don't want to get high. If you used to get high, you don't want to get high no more. Everybody else drink. They don't drunk their liver, their livers, and their livers hanging out the side of the rib cage. And you don't want to do it no more. Now you the crazy one. Excuse me. Now you the crazy one. Everyone else got 50-11 children, 50-11 baby daddies, and you trying to go and get you a husband and settle down. Everybody looking at you like you crazy. That's not what we do over here in this family. Everybody broke, busted, and disgusted, and you saying, I will be wealthy. I will be a multi-millionaire. I will be able to leave my kids something, and my grandkids, and kids' kids, and kids' kids. And they looking at you like, where we do that at? Like, but you got to be able to stand firm. And we got to teach our children and stuff, because if we don't teach our children, it's okay to go the opposite direction. It's okay to be different. It's okay to stand out. They're going to feel like they have to conform. Chosen ones, it's hard for you to conform. You've been getting in trouble all your life. I know I have. It's hard for me to conform. I've been rebellious. I've been rebellious. People don't like when you rebel. They don't like when you go against the grain. They hate it. Oh, they hate it. They hate it. Who do you think you are? You one of us. No, I'm not one of y'all. We got the same blood, but I'm not from y'all. I'm not of this world. And we be acting like it too. We be acting strange to them. You one of us. I'm not one of y'all. I don't do what y'all do. I don't have the same diet y'all have. I don't eat what y'all eat. I don't like what y'all like. I'm not one of you. And you don't say that pride. And that's another thing, chosen ones. Stop feeling bad for not being like them. Stop feeling bad. That's why you stressed out. Grow your edges back. Get your edges back. You done lost all your edges because you're stressed out, because you worried about, because you're not like them. You're not nasty, chosen ones. You're not nasty. You don't go around talking down on people. You don't go around belittling people. You're actually too nice, if you ask me. You're too nice. But that's who you are. You're kind. But you're just not like them. And it's okay. It's okay. Free yourself. But when I freed myself, I freed myself. And I tell you, when I freed myself, I ain't never been so peaceful in my life. When I just accepted who I was, when I just accepted that I don't think like folks, and it's okay if they don't think like me. When I accepted that, my life started becoming peaceful. When I accepted that I can't control nobody but myself, I felt more peaceful. When I accepted that the fact is, when I raise my children and they become adults, they got a choice to make for themselves. I can't dictate the choices they make. The only thing I could dictate is what I teach them and the guidance that I give them. I felt more peaceful. I felt more peaceful. When I let go of feeling the need to control everything that I can't control. Yes. That's it. When I let go, when I heal, that's what part of healing is. When I let go of that, I said, you know what? I'm going to let people live their life because I'm going to live mine. When I let go, then, it was then when I was able to focus more on my relationship with God. Oh, yes, they really do. We Ours podcast, they really are. Oh, they really are. They really are. They really are. Because my sister, and I meant to tell her this, one of my sisters, she always, joke around with the kids. And she was saying that she heard that my son had a lot of money. And so she told him, tell my nephew to buy me some lunch. This is just an example. Like, tell my nephew to buy me some lunch. So I say, your auntie say buy her some lunch. She say she heard you had a lot of money. And he was like, fine, sure. He said, I'll buy her some lunch. Say, because she always buy me something for my birthday. She always get me something for Christmas. Kids are paying attention. He had no problem buying her no lunch. Although it didn't go anywhere. She was just, aggravating him. But kids know, they remember, they watch, they pay attention to who's doing what. This is the point I was making. They pay attention. And parents, and whenever I get a time, I mentioned this one or two videos back. We're going to talk about this parenting thing. We have to learn to let our children go through their process, especially adult children, even those rebellious teens. We can't stop them from going through their process. We be the issue in our children's lives sometimes. We be the problem because we want to stop them. We want to protect them. We want to make it softer. The bed, the cushion, we want to make it soft for them. Oh no, once the Lord woke me up, he woke me up from that too. He woke me up. When I tell you the Lord woke me all the way up, because I was one of those protective parents. I was one of those parents. What would you say to a child who is chosen, who feels lonely? What I would do, I would just, for me, I would pray and ask God to make sure that I'm saying the right things to that child, right? That I'm saying the right things, that I'm not saying anything out of the way, and just let him know it's okay. It's okay, and try to see if you can find other chosen ones. Yes, We Ours podcast, girl. God dealt with me. Because I was one of those parents. What I was going to say is I'm one of those parents because I didn't have my mom there. Sometimes when you don't have certain things as a child, you can try to overcompensate with your own children. Oh, yes. Oh, when I tell you, God be... Listen, these don't be playing Chosen by Christ 40. These don't really be playing. I just come a mouthpiece. I say what he tell me to say. But as a parent, sometimes we can overcompensate and we can be there. We don't want our children to fall. We don't want them to hurt. But you let them kids fall. Let them fall early, especially in their younger years. They're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, in their teens. Let them fall. Let them hurt early. Because the earlier they hurt, the quicker they learn. You don't want to wait till they get in their late teens when they go off to college. That's why most of those kids go off to college and they get what we call buck wild. They get foolish because they got all that freedom. And their parents shelter them for so long, and they get out there and they just do crazy stuff. They do crazy stuff. And that's not all children. I'm not going to put all children in the box, no. But majority of them. Oh, yes. Oh, We Ours. I got one like that too, child. Listen, but you best believe I moved back. I just slid on back. I moonwalked back. When the Lord told me to take my hands off, I took my hands off. And I feel a whole lot better. Whole lot better. You got to take your hands off. Let people talk. That's another thing. We don't want people talking about us. Let people talk. Pray for that child and you move on out the way. Hold them accountable. That's what you do. You hold them accountable. Don't let them escape accountability. Don't let them escape that. Because what they'll do is they'll do stuff. People will coddle them and they'll try to come back to you. But now I'm going to hold you accountable for what you did back in 1912. Don't let them run. Don't let them run from their accountability. Make them face what they did. Tell them what they did. Oh, I know it's hard. Listen, I know it's hard. You're talking to somebody. I'm going to be real with you. You're talking to someone. Get on out the way. Let people talk. Let them say what they want to say. You move. You know what you did. You know what you've given. You know what type of parent you were. And see, that's what the enemy will do. The enemy always try to attack the area where he know there's a weakness. He know most of y'all got mommy issues, daddy issues. So he's going to try to come and question your parenthood. You know darn well you were a good mother. You did more and you gave more than your mother ever gave you. Than your grandmother ever gave her mother. You did more. You were there. You stood in the paint. Your kids can't say nothing about you. Your kids can't say nothing about you. No, you're not perfect. You were not perfect. But they can't say you abused them. They can't say you starved them. They can't say you didn't try to teach them morals and values. They can't say you didn't move them out of the hood to raise them up in the sub. That's another thing. That's another thing wrong with some of us. We try to move these kids from the hood. They need that hood. Sometimes they need that hood. That hood will make a man or woman out of them. That hood will make a man or woman, but sometimes we want to take them from what made us and move them to the suburbs, and they get all soft over there in the suburbs. No, you need to go and get beat up. You need to walk to school and get beat up on the way home. You need to get beat up. Somebody need to chase you and get mad at you and beat the brakes off you for whatever reason. That'll teach you to fight back. You need to get double teamed, okay? You need to get double teamed. Sometimes they need that. We want to take the struggle away. We want to take the struggle away. Sometimes that's not good. But don't beat yourself up about that either, parents. Don't beat yourself up about that either. Don't beat yourself up about that. You know you were just doing what you knew to do. There's no blueprint to parenting. Some people say it's in the Bible. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree that it's not there. But if you were not taught the right way, how are you going to parent? Right? How are you going to parent in a way that you were not taught? Because people love to throw this religious language around. Oh, God put it in the Bible. God did this. So if you wasn't raised on the right word, right? If you wasn't raised on the right word, how is the right thing? How you gonna know to do the right thing? Oh, that's good. Wee Hours podcast. How you gonna know to do the right thing? Everybody's journey is different. The way I raise my children may not work for the way you raise your children. You got to find, you the mother, you're going to have to find out what works for you. You have to find out what works for you. You have to find out what works for you. Oh, yes, Candace, I can understand, dear. We do stuff like that out of fear. We do it out of fear, but we got to let them kids fall. When I tell you, listen, I'm letting mine fall down 3 flights of stairs. You're going to fall. You're going to get that pain. You're going to get that pain. No, Wee Hours podcast. Don't be hard on yourself. I understand, though, dear. I was the same way. God had to give me this revelation for me to free myself God had to give me this revelation. He had to give me a trophy. The Holy Spirit had to come nurture me and tell me, job well done. You did a good job. I was beating myself up because of the decisions my son made. I beat myself up. He left and act like he didn't have no home training. Okay? I'm like, what the heck? I'm looking around like, what? Where's my son? I'm looking like, who don't stole my, this not my son. Somebody need to report. Somebody need to return my son ASAP. Return my child ASAP. I'm looking like, am I being punked? I'm just looking around. But let me tell you, see, what happened with my son, it was more spiritual than what I saw. It was more spiritual. Let me tell y'all something right now. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all not going to believe this. You're not going to believe it, but as a chosen one, I got to say it, because somebody on here going to attest to this. Let me tell you. That's why you got to go and repent for your bloodline. Repent what's been put on your bloodline. Let me tell you. Half of the stuff we're dealing with, we know is spiritual. It came through the bloodline. But don't trust everybody. Don't trust these folks, these in-laws, these grandmas, aunties, mamas. When you feel something going on with that child, don't trust people with your child. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna get into details, but when people don't like you, y'all got to understand and hear me. Y'all better hear me. When people don't like you, they'll hurt your children. They'll put witchcraft and voodoo on your children. They'll do stuff to your children to get to you. If you don't trust your mama Dominique, don't trust her, dear. Don't trust her. I'm telling you, if you feel any kind of way about your mama, your grandma, your in-laws, your anybody, if you feel if you feel a type of way, I'm letting you know, because I wish I would have knew this. I didn't know this. If you feel any type of way, regardless of what people say, oh, don't take them from their grandmother. Don't keep them away from their grandma. Don't keep them away. When I tell you, you better hear me. You better hear me. Because if you look like me, we don't heard people say, and I keep saying this, so somebody need to get this. We don't heard people say, oh, somebody fix them. What you think they fixing? A tire? They ain't fixing no tire. They ain't fixing they ain't put no extension back in my hair. When they say somebody don't fix somebody, y'all better listen to this here. I'm telling you. Because I know I'm telling you, I know what I know. So y'all be careful with that. Not to be spooked out. That's why I'm telling you, got to get the relationship with God. You got to get your own relationship. You got to speak out of your mouth. You got to cancel out and come against different things, spiritual things that your ancestors and the bloodline that you had them, you procreated with, that seed of yours. You don't know what happened in their bloodline. You got to pray for that too. Pray for that too. You don't know what people. That's why in the biblical days, people didn't marry certain types of people. People didn't marry certain types of people for a reason. They didn't sleep and have children and intertwine and connect and all that with certain bloodlines and stuff. Girl, if you're in Mississippi, you already know. There's some deep stuff behind there. I'm telling you, if people can't get to you, they'll harm your kids. But you got to stay in prayer and you stay in fasting. And it's not easy. I'm not talking to you like this stuff is easy. It's not easy, because it'll leave you confused and thinking you're crazy. No, you ain't crazy. You ain't crazy. See, I can't get deep as I want to get, but what I do know is, the God I serve, oh, he gonna correct all that. He gonna correct all of that. This the God I know. I know what the God showed me. I may not live to see it, But just because I'm not here, mark this day, everything that I prayed for, oh, it's gonna be reversed. Got to be careful. That's why people used to tell us back in the day, don't be eating from everybody. Don't be giving people your pictures and all that. I understand that now. I ain't understand back then. I understand it now. Listen, I thought my grandma was cuckoo. She knew so. She knew. She knew because her ancestors. She knew. We got to believe this stuff. But one thing I know, people can't get to you, they'll hurt your kids. And people can't harm you without going to jail. They'll try to attack you spiritually. They'll try to come for you spiritually. That's why you got to stay prayed up. That's why you have to stay in the repentance. I repent every day. Does that mean I'm not going to mess up? Does that mean I'm not going to sin? No, that don't mean that. That just means that I'm repenting and praying every day. That's all. That's all that means. Knowing I'm not perfect. Yes. Candace, just keep praying, dear. Just keep praying. Keep praying and get that relationship with God. He'll show you. He'll show you. Because some of us, we fighting stuff from our ancestors. Yes. Anik, I dealt with that, girl. It just felt like, I remember one time, just when God, he was showing me different things spiritually. I remember one time, it just felt like this dark shadow was following me. It just felt like this dark shadow was just following me. Like it was always, and there's a lot of you all, you feel like you can't get ahead. It's always feel like it's a struggle. You got to do so much just to make ends meet. You got to, it's almost like you're toiling and just struggling. Oh, that's a spirit. I'm telling you, that's a spirit. Somebody in your family. Somebody in your family. And see, this is another thing. People are selfish. Your ancestors, some of them, they were selfish. They were selfish. They want what they want at that time. They didn't have to worry about the next generation because they won't be here. Y'all back here struggling. We back here struggling. They don't go on. I ain't gonna say the glory. I don't know where they went. But they don't go on from here. And we back here fighting and wondering why we fighting and struggling. Can't get ahead. Can't keep a job. Can't keep a man. Can't keep a husband. Can't keep food. You're just like struggling. Repent. That's all I'm going to tell you. Repent. Come out of agreement with this foolishness. Come out of agreement. And keep fighting. It's not going to happen overnight. Yes. It's not going to happen overnight. But we dealing with stuff from our ancestors. We dealing from stuff from people who are around us. See, I got a title. I was going to talk about witchcraft, voodoo, and all that. And just to say this stuff is real. I'm not deep in it, and I don't know, but I know from what I've experienced that this stuff is real. From what I saw my mama go through. From what I dealt with. You can't just be ignoring this stuff. You don't have to be living in fear either, like you're paranoid. But at the same time, this stuff is real. You got to be careful. People want to always give you stuff. Oh, I bought this for you. Want to give you purses and charms and necklaces and all that. No. Yes. We ours, them little spirit. Oh, yes. Girl, you be having a full-fledged. You be full-fledged getting it on in the dream. You don't supposed to be doing that. You getting it on. You wake up all kind of stuff going on down there. That's not supposed to be happening. I definitely don't fear. Once I came into the knowledge, Dominique, and the power that I have, I don't be fearing. I remember one time I was going to sleep in the house. I had just bought this house. And I had no prayed and cancel spirits out of it anyways. I always pray before I move. I pray, oil it down, plead the blood of Jesus, renounce, send every spirit that's in here that's not of God. You know, I pray over the place. But I remember, never forget, this was somebody was trying to do witchcraft on me. I was asleep, going to sleep. You know how you fall asleep and you're not asleep, but you're falling. And I just saw these two little tree-like figures at the foot of my bed, and my bed just went to vibrating. It was like I was vibrating, like I was on a wave or something. And I felt like it was a spirit of fear. Because see, when the enemy wants to do something to you all, he'll send the spirit of fear to you. And we're not supposed to be in the spirit of fear. I was just reading a book about this guy, James Solomon. This guy, he was talking about how he was raised up in this fetish. His dad was a witch doctor. They were like a big, part of a big African warlock family. But long story short, that's what he said. He said what they used to do is they'll send that spirit of fear. Because if you in fear, they can do what they want to do. Them spirits can do what they want to do to you. If you in fear. And I kind of knew. I'm like, I just read that this morning. And I'm like, sure is. And that's why you got to fight that spirit. You got to fight against fear. But anyways, I went to like a wave. It was like a wave on the bed. I woke up and I said, I bind the spirit of fear. I said I would not fear. I said, God did not give me the spirit of fear. And I don't know what I said, but the words in you, and when you need it, it'll come out. I canceled out that. I got up, I oiled my house down, and I know that was being sent to me. That was sent because my house didn't have that type of aura in the home. I stayed praying in that house, but that was sent to me. Oh, and I came against that spirit. I sure did. And I rolled my butt over and I slept good that night too. I slept good. Who? Yeah, because people think you don't be, people just look at you and think you don't be praying and stuff. No, you got to let people be fooled. And I know what's on my bloodline. I know I got to stay prayed up. And this ain't no religious prayed up. This is a prayed up of getting the knowledge. Because God say through knowledge we will be delivered. You got to get the knowledge. You got to know what you up against. You got to know what you fighting. You got to know what spirits you fighting. Know what's going on in your bloodline. Look down your bloodline and look at alcoholism. Look at people on drugs. You got prostitutes in your family. Look at this stuff and see what you got going on. See what you got going on in that bloodline. People can't never get ahead. Nobody don't have no wealth. Everybody broke, busted, and disgusted. That stuff, that's a problem. Nobody married. Nobody got husbands. Nobody, that's a problem. Everybody divorced 2 and 3 times. That's a problem. But see, if the enemy can keep us ignorant, we think it's normal. That's just how life is. You can't change what you don't challenge. You cannot change what you don't challenge. You cannot change what you don't know. All I know is I'm not going to be poor. All I know is finances will not be an issue. All I know is my great-grandkids will be able to say my grandmother Monique left me something. She left me something. Even if it's not money, she left some wisdom back here for us. She left this book to tell us what we dealing with in the bloodline. She left this book saying, okay, this is what went on in the family before you. We had all these people. We got alcoholics. We had this person. We had these type of people. So if you see this, if you run into this, listen, you got to have your relationship with God. Exactly. We Hours Podcast. And unfortunately, we be afraid to come out from among them. We think coming out from among them mean, you got to come out from the people in the world. No, sometimes you got to come from among your own family. Look, the Bible didn't put any clauses in there. When he said come out from among them, That them could be anybody. When he said test the spirit could be anybody. When he said he'll prepare a table for your enemies, that could be anybody. He didn't say prepare a table for your enemies, excluding your friends, excluding your family. No, that could be anybody. It could be anybody. So, I have to come back and we'll talk about this later, but I got to go get my daughter and it's raining, so I have to pull around and pick her up. I'm sorry I have to end this live so abruptly, but I got to get my baby. But I enjoyed talking to you all, to you all. So hopefully I'll be able to come back another time and chit chat with you. Okay? But stay prayed up, stay in repentance. Listen, it don't have to. Don't let religion make you feel like you got to do certain things a certain way, that you got to be on a cloud, you floating through on the cloud, you know, being all religious. No. Get the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, you'll be delivered. That's all I did. I got the knowledge. And I started seeing a change once I start understanding what I was fighting. But be blessed, y'all, okay? Got to go get my baby. Be blessed.